Welcome to the Coral Village, where each morning the villagers go out to the sea, returning with baskets brimming with fish and seaweed to feed all their families. On this particular day, a boy made his way confidently through the market. With each step he took, it was clear he lived his life with a sense of adventure. This boy's name was Skylar, and he was about to change life in the village forever. But today, there seemed to be a cloud hanging over the village. Why did everyone seem so worried, Skylar wondered. He could hear them whispering about a curse from the gods that had taken all the fish away. "Hi, Mr. Ham. No fish today?" Skylar asked. "Oh, Skylar, nothing, my child. The nets are returning emptier every day." "That's tough, Mr. Ham." "Did Poppy go out fishing with you today?" "Oh, you know Poppy," Mr. Ham replied. "He's always experimenting and inventing new ways to do things better. He found something at the beach that he wanted to check out." "Thanks, Mr. Ham," Skylar said. "I'll go look for him." And he took off running to find his friend at the beach. "Ah, there you are, Poppy," shouted Skylar. Poppy remained focused on the white coral sand as he replied, "Look here, Skylar. The sand is different today. It's full of coral skeletons." He was clearly puzzled. Why are the waves washing up so many broken pieces onto the beach? "Your dad told me something about the fish disappearing. Do you think this is related?" Skylar asked. Something must be happening underwater," Poppy replied. "And we just can't see it." "Let's go find out," Skylar said excitedly, jumping into the sea. No, wait, Skylar," Poppy cautioned, wading into the water after him. "It can be dangerous." Skylar stopped and turned towards his friend. "But what if the sea is sick, Poppy? There won't be any more fish, and the people will go hungry." Poppy gazed out to the horizon, then slowly nodded. "You're right, Skylar. We have to help. Let's go save our home." Poppy and Skylar plunged into the deep water, expecting to see a giant garden full of colorful corals. Instead, they found a desert of white. The sea was hot and silent, seemingly devoid of life. Suddenly, a powerful current of water and sand gushed towards them, carrying them on a tangled dance through the ocean garden. Finally, they came to a stop before an arch of white column and table-like corals. In the distance, they glimpsed something shining through the vastness. It was one last colorful branched coral around which danced a school of tiny fish. As they approached, they could feel the water temperature rising. The heat must be causing the coral to lose its algae. Without the algae, the helpers that give it its colors and feed its polyps, only a white skeleton remained. The fish seemed to be gathering around it, as if to say goodbye, sadly sensing that the end was near. Then, very abruptly, a single colored branch of coral broke off and floated into their outstretched hands. Poppy and Skylar both knew then the sea was sick and calling out for help. Before they could look any further, the current re-emerged and gently guided them back to land. Poppy and Skylar rushed back home to tell their friends what they had observed. Together, they all committed themselves to finding a solution. Agila, the youngest, found an old scroll tucked between the pages of a book. "Look," she said, "here's a poem about coral." Made of carbon and calcium and oxygen too, they soon attract algae of every hue. Its nooks and its crannies are bustling with life, feeding creatures of the sea and the land alike. But if temperatures rise and hydrogen spreads, its loyal algae partners must quickly be shed. No longer a home where creatures roam free, Our coral is now white in a silent sea." As Aguila was finishing the poem, Lily the artist noticed some fine print at the end. "Look, an address," she said. Sunny, a fearless traveler, replied instantly, "I know exactly where that is. It's a small farm right at the heart of the coral village." That's when Skylar had an idea. Maybe whoever wrote this scroll knows how to save the corals. Let's go find the author. Everyone eagerly followed Sunny to the address on the scroll, excited to find the author of the poem. When they arrived at the old cottage, a man welcomed them. Noticing the coral that Poppy was holding, he asked, "Are you kids interested in corals?" "Yes, we are," replied Poppy. "The corals are whitening all over the island. Why is this happening? How can we save them?" Sensing their deep concern, the man replied, "You're in the right place, kids. Let me show you." As he ushered them inside, they all saw the colorful corals growing in aquariums everywhere. "See," said the man, "preserved coral fragments like yours can grow into new ones." But out in the world, large power plants burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas. And most vehicles like ships, planes, cars, and trucks run on fuel made from oil, releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This additional carbon dioxide traps heat, which the ocean then absorbs. So as the sea warms up, the corals get heat stressed. Losing their algae, they bleach and then die. Unless we can change how we get energy, we may lose the corals forever. While we can't stop ocean warming just by ourselves, here in our village, we can help by replanting healthy corals around our island. I'm going to try to save them all, but it's a big task to do alone. "We can help," exclaimed the kids, and they all settled in to do some work. In the weeks that followed, they conducted farming experiments, growing different species of coral and building new gadgets. A plan to restore the coral garden was set. Day after day, the children gently positioned the coral fragments of different species within the white garden. Slowly, over the next few months, tiny colorful corals sprouted, reviving the underwater forest. Even the white corals regained their color. With every visit, the children saw fish of many species thriving. Entire communities were re-establishing themselves, like cheering crowds. Whales could be heard singing nearby, sounding like they were blessing the life that was returning to the sea. Back in the village, a joyful festival was underway. Villagers cheered the return of the fish. Skylar turned to his friends. "Let's show everyone in the village the other improvements we planned," he said. Poppy nodded. "Our village can become a model, a healthy marine protected area." Sunny agreed. "We can invite everyone in the village to join us." Aguila smiled. "Let's call kids and adults everywhere to help. There's so much we can do together." As they were all excitedly talking, Lily opened up the big scroll and started writing down everything they had learned from the wise man. That night, they shared their plan with everyone at the festival, knowing that together they could better ensure a future where the fish would never be lacking again. In that moment, beneath the glow of a full moon, the corals in synchrony released their eggs, transforming the sea into a magical sight, like shooting stars in the midnight sky. Tiny new corals floated freely, beginning their own life cycle, each finding calm waters and a safe ocean floor to settle in and grow. From then on, the sea was full of life, thriving like it did long ago, singing a song that with care, the ocean's wonders can last forever. To think that this was all put into motion when the last colorful coral found its way to these children who were willing to color the world. See ya.